Hello everyone, welcome to our new video. In this video, we'll show you how to set up Metapixel for Shopify in 2025. So this would be a step-by-step process and I'll show you how you can do it from scratch. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. So for setting up Metapixel for Shopify, I have created a demo Shopify account so that I can show you how we can easily do it. Okay, and I have connected the Google Tag Manager account with this Shopify store, and I have enabled this theme independent data layer to my Shopify backend. If I try to show you, then if I go to the settings and if I scroll down, then you can see over here we have an option called customer events. So if I click on it, then I have created a pixel called Shopify Facebook pixel. Okay, it is showing connected. If I try to show you the code, so this is basically the code. Okay, using this code you can easily track different types of e-commerce events for your Shopify store. Okay, perfect. So first of all, you need to install data layer using this theme independent data layer code. Okay, so if you want this code, you can message me. I will send you the code. Okay, perfect. Then first of all, I need to create a data set. Okay, so I'll be creating a data set for this demo shop. So let's do that. So for creating a new data set, I'm gonna click on add and I'll name it according to my website name, which is 𝒉𝒂𝒏𝒊𝒊 shop. So I'm gonna copy it from here and I'll name the data set. Okay, I'll click on create, just wait a little bit. Then I'm gonna be choosing Metapixel and I'll click on next. Then I'm gonna click on install code manually. Okay, then I'm gonna deselect this one and I'm gonna select this dataset and I'll click on open in events manager. Okay, perfect. So you can see over here the dataset has been created. If I go to the settings portion, then I'll get the dataset ID. Okay, so we're gonna be copying this dataset ID and we'll go to the Google Tag Manager and we'll create a constant variable for this dataset ID, or you might call it as pixel ID. So I'm gonna be choosing user defined variable. I'll click on new and I'll name it as, okay, I'll be choosing variable configuration as constant variable because I don't want to change the value of the dataset ID. Okay, perfect. Then I'll click on save. So we have created the metapixel or dataset constant ID or constant variable. Okay, perfect. So first of all, I'll be installing a template because we are going to be setting up Metapixel using a template. The template name is Facebook Pixel. Okay, so if I click on search gallery, then I'm gonna search for Facebook Pixel. So you can see over here Facebook Pixel archive. So I'm gonna click on this arrow and I'll click on add to workspace. I'm gonna click on add. Perfect. Then for checking whether data layer has been installed on this website or not, I will be using an extension called data layer checker plus. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to go to the Chrome web store and install this plugin, and you have to enable this check mark if you want to check whether customer pixel data layer has been installed for the Shopify website or not. Okay, so let's refresh it and let's go to this extension. Then you can see an event called page view is firing. Similarly, if I go to one of the products, for example this one, and if I click on it, then you can see view item event is firing. Okay, and we have all the information like FB browser site. If I click on it, then we have content IDs, content name, content type, content currency value. So we can create data layer variables using this. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm gonna go to the tag manager, and first of all we'll be creating all the necessary variables. Then we'll be creating all the necessary triggers, and last we'll be creating all the tags. Or maybe let's do it sequentially. Like for view content event, we'll be creating the necessary variables, then triggers and tag, and for add to cart, for checkout, for purchase. Let's do that gradually. Okay. So the first event I'll be creating is for page view event. Okay, so for page view, we don't need to pass any additional parameter. Okay, so let's go to the home page and let's take the help of this extension. Okay, so if I go to page view, then we don't need to pass any additional parameter. We just need to create this event or trigger. Okay, so let's go to the tag manager, and I'm gonna create a trigger for page view event. Okay, so I'll click on new, and I'll name this trigger as page view trigger. Okay, so I'll choose trigger configuration as custom event, and event name would be page_view. So I'll click on save. Then I'll go to the tag section. I'll make a tag. So perfect. I'll choose tag configuration as Facebook pixel, and we had created a constant variable for meta pixel or dataset ID. So I'm gonna be selecting this one, and as the event I'll be choosing page view. Okay, so will not be passing any additional parameter for the page view event. Okay, so as the triggering, I'll trigger it as page view trigger. Okay, so I'll click on save. Then let's go to my website and see whether the page view event is working or not, because uh, as I already told you, using this theme independent data layer will not be able to preview the tag using Google Tag Manager, because this is sandboxed, so this is in beta mode, so we'll not be able to preview it. So we'll be checking using Metapixel helper. Okay, so let's go to our website and use this one. So first of all, I need to publish this container. Okay, so if I submit it, publish, continue, then it will be working. Just wait a little bit. Let's go to the website, refresh it, and you can see over here page view event is firing. Okay, so this is our Metapixel ID. Okay, so if I go to the event manager, then you can see 1219. Let's go to the website, and 1219, both uh, pixel ID or dataset ID are matching. Okay, so let's configure the other event. So we have successfully created an event called meta event page view. Okay, then the next event we'll be creating is for view content. So I'll view this product. Okay, and I'll go to the extension called data layer checker plus, then you will see an event called view item has fired. So if I go to FB browser side, then you will see all the information. So we'll be creating all the data layer variables. Okay, so first of all, we need to create a data layer variable for content ID. Okay, so let's go to the tag manager and let's go to the variable section. So we'll be creating a variable for content ID. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this one, content IDs. Okay, and I'll go to the tag manager and I can name it name it like this, content IDs. So I'll be choosing data layer variable. Then I'll go to the website and I'll take the help of this extension and go to the view item event. And you can see over here, content ID is inside a 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site object. So we are going to be copying this one. 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site. Let's use Google Translate. So I'm going to write 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot, because this is an object. So if I go to the website, then 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content IDs. Okay, so this would be for our content ID variables. Okay, 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content IDs. So this is for content ID. Then let's go to the website and create the rest data layer variable, which are content category, content name, content type, content currency value. Okay, so I can copy them actually and create them one by one. So 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content IDs, then I can copy this content category, 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content category. Okay, then I'll be going to this section. Maybe I can copy it, and instead of using content IDs, I'm gonna use content category. Okay, so 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content IDs, instead of content ID, I'm gonna be using 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content category. Okay, this one, and I'll click on save. Then 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content name. Okay, so instead of content category, I'll be using content name. So let's copy this and we're going to be naming it as content name. I'll be choosing data layer variable, then 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content name. Okay, then the next one would be content type. Okay, so let's go to tag manager and create a variable for content type, and I'm going to be copying this one, 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot content type. Okay, perfect. I'll click on save. Then the next variable I'll be creating is for contents. Okay, so I'll copy this and I'll name this as contents and data layer variable. Then I'm gonna copy contents over here and copy this whole line. Okay, 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot contents, save. Then currency and value. So I'm gonna copy the currency parameter from here, and instead of contents, I'll be using currency. So I'll be naming it like this, currency data layer variable, then 𝒄𝒊𝒔 site dot currency. and the last one would be for value. Okay, so I'll be using value instead of currency. New, I can copy it and I'll remove the browser site from here, and I'll be choosing data layer variable the browser site dot value. Okay, perfect. So this is for view content event. Let's create a trigger for view content. Okay, so I'll go to the site, take the help of this extension, and the event would be view item. Okay, so I'll name this as view item trigger, and I'll be choosing custom event from here, and event name would be view item. I'll click on save. I'll go to the text section. Then I'm gonna duplicate the tag. Then instead of using page view trigger, I'll be using view content trigger, and I'll go to the object property section. I'm gonna add some property. Okay. So the property would be content IDs. Then content category. Then content name. Then content type. Contents. Then currency. And the last one is value. So those are the required parameters for the view content event. Okay, perfect. So we have already created the data layer variables for them, so we're gonna be using them. Okay, so I'll name it. So content ID is this one. Then for content category, we had created a data layer variable for content category. Then for content name, we're gonna be using content name. Then for content type, we're gonna be using product. Okay, perfect. Then for content, we had created a data variable, and for currency, we're gonna be using currency, and for value, we're gonna be using value. So we have used all the all the property names and their respective values. Okay, and instead of using page view trigger, I'll be using view item trigger, and I will click on save. Okay, so I'll click on submit for checking whether view content events are perfectly working or not. Okay, so I'll go to the website. I'll view this product. Okay, and I'm gonna take the help of this extension called 𝒘𝒂𝒏 helper. You can see over here page view and view content event is firing, and in the view content parameter section we have content category, content IDs, content name, content type, contents. Okay, inside contents, then we have currency and value, so everything is working fine. Okay, then let's create the next event, which is basically the 𝐹2cut event. Okay, so for the 𝐹2cut, we don't need to create any additional data layer variables, because if I go to the 𝐹2cut section and if I use this extension, then if I go to 𝑚𝒉𝒊𝒔 side, then you will see the same parameters in the add to cart, like view content, event, content IDs, content category, and content name, content type, contents, currency, value. Okay. So we don't need to create any additional parameters for add to cart event. Okay. So we're gonna be copying the view content tag and modify it. Okay. I'm gonna copy it, then name it as meta event add to cart to cart. Okay, instead of using view content trigger, we're gonna be using, where is the add to cart trigger? Yeah, add to cart trigger, and the object property section, everything will be same. Okay, so I'm gonna change the trigger name. Okay, so I have to make a trigger for add to cart event. Okay, so if I go to the website and I'm gonna copy the event name from here and name it as add to cart trigger. Trigger configuration would be custom event and event name would be add to cart. Okay, I'll click on save. You click on save from here. I'm gonna submit and publish, and I'll go to the website. I'll go to the home page. I'll click on this product. I'll add this product to the cart. And let's see whether add to cart events works or not. So add to cart event is firing, and content category, content IDs, content name, content type, contents, currency, value. Okay, everything is working properly. So let's create the next event, which is initiate checkout event. Okay, so I'm gonna copy uh, this tag, then as the event name I'll be using initiate checkout, and the object property section, if I go to the website, let's see whether we need to add any parameters or not. So I'll click on add to cart. I'll go to the checkout page, and if I take the help of this extension, then if I go to a browser site, then you can see over here we need to create an additional event, which is number of items for initiate checkout. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this number of items. So go to the translate, and I'm gonna copy this one, AB browser site dot number of items. Okay, so I'll create a property. So I'll copy this and paste it over here, and we need to create a data layer variable. So I'll click on it, and I'm gonna click on plus, and I'll name it number of items, and I'll be choosing data layer variable. Then I'm gonna copy it from here, AB browser site dot number of items. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it over here. I'll click on save. So we have created an additional property name called number of items and their respective value for the initiate checkout event. Okay, and instead of using add to cart trigger, I'll be using or creating a trigger called uh, begin checkout. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the trigger name and paste it over here, and I'll be choosing custom event and give the event name as begin checkout and click on save. I'll click on save again, and I'm gonna click on submit and publish, click on continue. So let's go to the website. Okay, for example, I'll select this product, I'll add this product to the cart, I'll go to the checkout page, and I'll take the help of 𝒘𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒹 helper. Initiate checkout event is firing. Content category, content ID, content name, type, contents, currency, number of items. So 5 number of items. That's why it is showing 5. Okay, perfect. So everything is working properly. So let's create the last event, which is a purchase event. Okay, so for the purchase event, we don't need any additional parameter because we have already created all the necessary parameters. So if I copy the initiate checkout event and modify it for the purchase event, it will be okay, I think. Modify the event name as meta event purchase, and instead of using initiate checkout event, I'll be using the purchase event, and we are gonna be enable the advanced matching. Okay, just wait a little bit. Then you can see over here all the events are available here, and instead of using checkout trigger, we'll be using purchase trigger. Okay, so for purchase trigger, we need to make a purchase. Okay, so this is email. We need to give the card number to 25, maybe 121. Name of the card 1. I need to provide the details over here, and I'll click on pay now. Then if I go to there, then we should be a purchase event. So I'm gonna copy that event name and create a trigger for the purchase event. Okay, custom event, the trigger name would be purchase. Click on save. Now we'll be enabling or passing the customer informations. Okay, so first of all, I need to create the customer informations from the data layer section. So I'll click on save. I'm gonna disable this. First, I'll create all the necessary data layer variables, then I'll enable advanced matching. Okay, so let's go to this extension and select purchase event and take the customer information. So I'll be taking email. Okay, so I can name it as email, and I'll be choosing data layer variable, and I'm gonna be using email from here. Then email, phone, maybe I can copy them first. Customer jeep, so till this. Let's go to the translate section. So I have already copied email. Then we're gonna be taking customer address line 1. Okay, I'll click on new and name it as it is. Choose data layer variable. customer address line 1, then I'll card these two options. I'll not take customer address line 2. I'll take customer city. Go to the variable section, name it as customer city, choose data layer variable and use it as customer underscore city. Then customer country. Customer country, data layer variable, customer country. So if you enable this data layer, then all of the informations will be available. Okay, perfect. Then customer city. Did I use customer country? Yeah, customer country is there. So let's remove this too. Customer country code, is it necessary? Let's take that. Customer country code. I don't think this is useful or necessary. Let's take that. Data layer variable, customer country code. Zip code is important. Country code is not that much important. First name, customer first name. Let's create a data layer variable for customer first name. Data layer variable, customer first name, then customer last name. Let's create a data layer variable for customer last name. Customer phone number, this is important. Customer phone number. Okay. Layer variable, customer phone number. Okay. Then customer state. Let's create a data layer variable for customer state. I'm going to be choosing data layer variable as customer state. Then the last one would be customer Jeep. Okay, so I'm going to copy it and I'll create a new data layer variable for customer Jeep. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the tax section and let's go to the purchase event. And let's enable enhanced, sorry, not this one. Enable advanced matching, customer data layer, add parameters. So I'm gonna add some parameters, for example, city, customer city, customer city, then country, customer country, customer country, then email is most probably the email. Yeah, this one. Then first name, customer first name. Yeah, then last name, customer last name. Okay, so let's add some parameters. Phone, customer phone. Customer phone number, this one. Then state, customer state, customer state, this one. And the last one is Jeep. Jeep is customer Jeep. Customer Jeep. Okay, perfect. Then I'll click on save. So I have created the necessary text triggers and variables. So let's click on submit and let's name it as Shopify Meta pixel setup. Maybe I can use this as the description, and I'll click on publish. Let's see, we can test it from the test event section or not. Just wait a little bit. Okay, so I need to provide the website URL. This one. Open website. Let's see what happens. Sometimes it takes some time. Okay, yeah. Page view event has processed. Let's go to the view content event. Let's see view content event fires or not. Yeah, view content event is firing. If I go to the parameters, value, currency, content ID, content type, content category, content name, contents, okay, everything is working. Let's add the product to the cart. Add to cart event is also firing, okay, with all the parameters. Let's check out this product. Initiate checkout event has fired. Value number, content IDs, content name, content number of items. Okay, so let's make a purchase. Card number, expiry date, security code, name of the card. I need to provide the billing information, and if I click pay now, I should be a purchase event. I should see a purchase event actually. Just wait a little bit. Is purchase event firing? Yeah, there is a purchase event over here. Yeah, purchase event over there as well. So value, currency, content ID, content type, content category, number of items, and advanced messaging parameters, IP address, user agents. So everything is working fine. Everything is working properly. Okay. So test event also receiving the informations, and our metapixel helper is also working fine. You can see over here. So this is how you can set up metapixel for the Shopify website. Okay. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you have liked our video. If you like our video, then you can consider subscribing our channel, following our page. You have a good day. And additionally, if you need to set up metapixel for your Shopify store, then please let me know. We'll be enabling this theme independent data layer on your Shopify store, by which you don't need to enable data layer if you change your theme, and it is the most updated one. Okay, and you can track all the events. Okay, you can see over here. So yeah, I think we'll have a great collaboration together if you work with us. We have provided our WhatsApp number. You can directly mail us if you want to make a project with us. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you have a good day. Bye bye.